Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Let me move my screen. Kids out.
She's so disrespectful to the children.
I got the two I need on here tonight.
Okay.
We need a woman's perspective for some of these topics.
Okay.
Roger, you look pretty. I love the olive green and the burgundy hair giving me fall.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get ready for it.
Yeah.
Can you believe, Tiffany, can you believe Chandra has a 35-year-old child?
He's 37.
I'm 35. Well, in January,
You lying.
Who, me?
37.
I don't believe you don't look at all.
Sandra, what?
Erica's 37 and Erica's 35.
Girl, when my kids get that old, and I hope I, look like you. Damn.
They about 29.
Tall is 29. Sandra, how old you were when you had your first child?
14.
14. Oh, so you was a teenage mom. Okay.
Yep. I sure was.
So that means you're still young. Your baby's just older.
Yeah. They getting older.
Where is Charlie? Charlie always talking about being on time, and Charlie is not here. Where is Charlie? I need to put these glasses all the way on. Where is Charlie? Can anybody answer that? Where is Charlie Brown?
I'm not going to say anything because he's probably listening.
There he is.
Is that Charlie?
I want y'all to realize that there you go right there. Charlie, you ain't got to get this. Ain't nothing but a category. This gonna be a tropical storm. Now, if they said a category 3 was coming up through Tybee Island, these folks wouldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie is a category. Charlie. The next storm is named Charlie. The next tropical depression is named Charlie. Charlie Brown. All right, let's see what we got tonight, y'all. Cause see, he got this open general discussion stuff started, and then he don't even show up. How you could be late to everything that you do? You know, that don't make no sense. I mean, I can't understand it. You late to everything, Charlie? And that was Sandra.
Too.
Yeah, Sandra the one told me about it. It wasn't me, Charlie, that said anything about it. It was Sandra. All right.
Right. Sandra, tell him don't get you in that mess.
Don't get me in it because Julius is the first person to always tell me that Charlie is the co-host, so he can do whatever he wants, you know. But then
almost. This is.
But then he was the first person when I got on to say, "Hey, y'all mentioned to Charlie that he needs to follow the rules." No, you can't have it both ways, sir. You know,
he got to follow the rules. If you're late, you have the least to say. That's the rule.
Child, please.
That's the rule. You have the least to say.
I'm not going back and forth with your co-host today.
I'm gonna come and dominate this show just as soon as his head pop up.
You thought that new Beyonce album.
Exactly.
Cozy. You knew Cozy.
And Tiffany, and he was talking so glaringly about you today, Tiffany.
Glaringly.
He was.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Uncle Charlie.
No, not that Charlie.
Yeah, he was talking so glaringly about Tiff today. Tiffany is a great guy. Great guy. Good evening, Dr. Betty Jones. How you doing tonight? We're glad to have you back. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Everybody that tunes in,
Shout
if we don't already know, then tell us so we can give you a shout out. We got some great topics tonight. Sandra, how's the weather out in Houston?
Oh, the weather is beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. We looking forward to fall.
Well, I know one thing, you need to get your internet up because you're on a little delay, sort of.
AT&T ain't worth nothing, y'all.
That's
Don't
all.
do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Well, I think I got AT&T.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. It doesn't work well for me.
Oh, okay. Dr. Betty Jones says she's in Maryland. Oh, okay. Enjoy your vacation.
Maryland.
Vacation.
Come on now.
All right, Travels.
What part? No, man, I ain't gonna ask you what part.
Chime in and tell us where y'all at, people. But we got some great conversations.
I was excited when I saw the agenda.
I'm excited.
I was excited about this.
Not delighted and excited.
I was delighted.
I had desire.
You excited? Okay, well, we're gonna see whether we can get your excitement up then. You know, you just take over when you get ready. We're gonna start out with our general discussion. I had an open discussion, but Charlie said, "No, it's general discussion." I said, "Okay."
Julius Hall. Now you know.
Yeah. So we're gonna start out with our general discussion, and it will be on the first topic in our general discussion. We got 4 topics. It used to be our lightning round. But this is about 20 minutes of discussion on 3 or 4 different topics. And the first one, Hurricane Ian is coming this way. Are y'all ready?
I am ready. I was supposed to be in Tybee Island, but the ACCG Leadership Conference was canceled. Jekyll Island, not Tybee. Jekyll Island. And so they canceled it because of the hurricane.
Okay. And
Jasmine Sullivan had a song about hurricane.
Well, it's coming this way. It's now in Tampa. Well, it's in Tampa and what's that? West Palm Beach, tearing everything up down there.
US, yeah.
Category 4, 155 miles an hour, 2 miles from being a Cat 5. And a Cat 5, y'all know Cat 5 just knocks everything down and put a whole lot of flood water everywhere that is not needed. And we just left Tampa. I just left Tampa on Monday. And they were closing schools and everything because I went to see Tom Brady get beat by the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers whipped that butt Sunday. So I was happy about that. And then we woke up the next morning and started back home. And the highways were jammed up, but we got back in 5 hours. But
yeah, I saw the news covering the traffic. I was like, gosh, that's like deja vu.
Yeah.
From
we got
Katrina.
down there. We got in and got out the right time. If it's real bad down there, they're going to assess it tomorrow and see what it did in Tampa. And that Tampa Bay plays Kansas City Chiefs this week. And so they're going to move the game probably to Miami if the field isn't, or if it was too much damage in Tampa. So that would be interesting. But Hurricane
ours too. Our football games. Our football games, they got pushed up a day.
Oh yeah.
So we having football games today and tomorrow. Yeah, and not Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, y'all ain't gonna get no. Oh, y'all gonna get us a little bit of rain from y'all way in Athens.
Well, you know, they want to say they did something. People want to say they did something now. So that's what they did. They moved the games up.
That don't make no sense.
Get it all. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all ever go to Athens, I'm gonna tell you right now. One thing you're gonna eat is pasta salad. They make everybody gonna make pasta salad.
My grandma was eating pasta salad today. Everybody gonna eat pasta salad in Athens.
They eat pasta, Charlotte. Nothing else. You ain't gonna get no burger, no ice cream, no drink, but you get a pasta salad.
You know, that's how it is in Southwest Georgia. I mean,
really?
Pasta salad.
Pasta salad.
You know, people got remixes, honey. They put shrimp, chicken. I know a girl that lives right behind me who has made a business off of pasta salad alone. Like she's selling pasta salad out of her house, and people are buying pieces of pasta salad.
That must be some good ass mayonnaise.
Oh, Tiffany has to make it. And for every family, that Tiffany gotta make it.
What she using?
Yeah, I'm always. I don't know. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I do not eat mayo. Period.
I don't like the mayonnaise based ones. I like the ones that's made with the different, you know,
dressing.
Dressing.
No, I don't.
I don't like mayonnaise either.
So we've been having, and this is off the topic, but we've been having orientation, commissioner orientation, and so they've been providing lunch. And so I was like, I don't eat mayonnaise, I don't eat ranch, I don't eat soft spreads, I don't eat.
Okay, I ain't know that. I don't eat that mess either.
So everybody was calling me like, really, Tiffany, you don't eat mayonnaise? And I'm like, no, I don't eat mayonnaise. I apologize.
At all.
Wow.
Yeah.
At all.
And you know, people look at me crazy when I say that I don't eat ranch. You know,
I don't eat ranch either.
You know, they be like, you don't eat ranch. You know, like, you know, that's supposed to be a thing.
I'm good.
Yeah, and I just feel like, well, I don't eat mayonnaise either because I don't like. I mean, and especially if you go to like places where white people will put stuff on your stuff, you know, and they just slather it on like a lot. I'm like, wait a minute.
And I know
that used to eat a mayonnaise
I must have a
sandwich.
Subway incident.
Stop now, change subject. Don't make.
I know a guy used to eat a mayonnaise sandwich with banana.
My grandma, God rest her soul.
A banana mayonnaise sandwich?
Mayonnaise
a
and
sandwich.
banana.
Tomato sandwich. You call
or
it
tomatoes. She would either one, tomato or banana. with
I'm
mayonnaise.
good, bro. I'm
And I
good.
was like, really, Nanny? But my mama, she adds salt and pepper to hers.
Wow.
Yeah,
They're from
I
Bishop,
feel you.
though.
No, let me tell y'all about Tiffany mom. One day she loved pig feet. So I had a nephew. Child, I called myself gonna grill the pig feet because I had enough better than that. Baby, she laughed at me for a whole hour.
Did you grill? You said grill?
Yeah, me and Cameron was at that grill a pig foot. I didn't know
Julius,
that because I don't
please
eat
did
pig
you
feet.
grab your friend? Why you put pig feet
I
on
didn't know
grill,
because I don't
Robert?
eat that.
You've been in Athens long enough to
Why
know
you
better.
eating a pig feet? Period.
Me either. I want my foot.
Don't do my mama cheat. She boiled her pig feet and her pig ears in the same pot.
Does. Will.
Hey man, I tell you, Robert, don't eat the pork, Robert. You're fresh already bad.
It's
Nah,
too late.
I give it a
Robert's
bacon, little
like
sausage.
a good Robert. You're a good 13 years in, so he grew up on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he was
got
somewhere
a
with
little
me.
bacon in there.
He's somewhere with me and ordered some pork. I said, you must be paying for that. I don't pay for pork.
You don't pay for pork. I don't pay for pork.
No.
No.
Beef or chicken.
I think he said, hey, he turned around and said, give me turkey.
Right, turkey bacon. I like turkey bacon too, though. I really do.
That's all I eat.
No,
is
I want my bacon from
yeah.
Charlotte.
That's
Nah.
oh no.
Okay.
Look, when I said that, I was thinking, is Charlotte the spider or is she the pig?
Don't kill the piggy.
Look at my nephew. Either or.
Okay. Last thing on the hurricane. Savannah's supposed to get a touch of it. Just wind and rain. And it should be out of here by Friday evening. Gone. We don't know whether it'll circle back around like it did in New Orleans a few years back and come back. We hope not. It's supposed to go up the coast. It don't never come back when it's here because they don't want to mess with the Savannah folks because they shooting everybody. These folks
They're gonna shoot the hurricane. Don't shoot me though.
Yeah. I mean, so don't y'all go evacuating and stuff because you know how these Savannah people do. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Don't go not going to work and everything. Go to work, people.
Well, I mean, if you're in District 5, don't flood. But you know, I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna go there tonight. It'll be nice.
Friday, everybody go to Atlanta. Evacuate.
I wouldn't want to touch that 75 traffic right now up out of Florida.
Well,
I don't miss that drive either.
Our next general discussion topic, because Charlie isn't here, and he has to have a valid excuse. He's showing up late. He only been on time once and got mad because we identified that he had showed up early. High school football players shot in Philly. 5 of these guys were shot. 1 died. Leaving practice at a football practice at a high school in Philly a couple of days ago. And then today, a few hours ago, you got 6 kids shot at school in Oakland, California. What in the hell is going on?
It's a war on our children, man. I mean,
But the war is by our children.
The war is by our children and it's on our children.
Yeah.
It's like I had a meeting with the police chief yesterday. And I had to explain to like our children are so influenced. They have a lot of different things that they're influenced by, and it's pushed and it looks cool, but no one talks about the consequences of said action.
Yeah.
And I know it does start at home, but what if the mom isn't there because she's off working? Dad isn't home, and that's like when we say it takes a village, it really takes a village. I remember my grandmother chastising kids that weren't even her own because they were children. She was adamant about children standing in the child's place, but we don't have that anymore. Parents they don't like for you to speak to their children. They don't like for you to correct their children, and children think that they're, more adult than the parent. I had to joke Jacob up last week.
Jacob gonna beat you.
No, I don't mind. My children are taller than me, but I'll jump really high.
Yeah, you about crazy yourself. Yeah, you about touch.
Yeah.
But I would say this: me and my cousin had this conversation today, and the one thing about it, our families have got to be come back to be stronger. I mean, in families we drift away because we get mad over things and we come back together. We had a good conversation today because, and we had this. The goal of it was, the outcome was this. We said, through all of it, we ended up back together where we're supposed to be, and now we can go through things together. And I think if we pull our families back together and be vulnerable and transparent and not chastise or try to hurt somebody's feeling or single somebody out, we really got to be a stronger family, and then take that family to be a stronger community, and be vulnerable and talk about stuff. I mean, hell, all of us go through things that we're not proud of, things that we would never have imagined. But what people got to realize is you don't know another person's steps. You don't know another person's trauma. You don't know another person's triggers. So we got to be more open to listening and supporting one another as people. Hey, Miss Boston.
And,
okay, well,
and
I
we
don't know
have
where
to,
y'all at. And we got
Sandra.
Sandra, you saying something?
and we have to stop overlooking our children's, misbehavior, or just misbehavior, because sometimes they're crying out, and they need to go to a counselor, go to, a psychologist,
Yes.
And this is what leads to these, shootings. And then afterwards you're saying, oh, well, last year he was talking about, wanting to kill some people, and he was killing cats around here and stuff like that. Well, that was the warning signs, people, so.
Hey, Julius, have you seen the kid on TikTok? I want to kill my mom. I want to kill my dad. It's a new TikTok. Y'all ain't seen the black kid. I said, y'all better punch that boy in the throat.
Yeah, because he had
real hard. Take his trachea out. See that job again.
Yeah, and we give like to piggyback off of Sandra, we give our children too much leeway. I tell my sons all the time, there was no way you could have been raised in my mama's house. There is no way you could have been raised in my mama's house, because you wouldn't have made it to 13 and 14. And so with that being said, I was just like, well, how did my mama instill fear in me? She beat my butt. And so even at 13 and 14, we go back to that, because me talking to you was not enough. And so if I have to whoop you, and I know a lot of folks say, well, don't whoop your child. That's the problem. We're not whooping them. We're not whooping them. And now they think they can whoop us because we're not whooping them. And to the topic at hand, when I read the agenda last night, I was like, wow, I can just see those 5 boys getting out of practice and maybe having a light altercation. See, listen at Nehemiah. Nehemiah, be quiet. Having a light altercation with someone who had a gun. Maybe jealous at the fact that they were football players, or you know what I mean? And because they're young, it escalated.
Yeah.
1 died. Yeah.
And how can things escalate so much till you just say, I'm gonna take this person off this planet forever?
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. Because
I just don't see it at age 16, 17. What can somebody do to you that's so wrong that you're just gonna take this person off this planet forever?
Yeah.
It's like a self. I believe in that space, Chandra. People have self-awareness issues and self-esteem issues. Because when if you can't accept yourself or you have issues around that, I think you just don't have regard for other people.
Yeah.
And that's true.
What's up, Bernard?
Hello, my people.
I don't know who that is. That's JB.
I didn't mean to interrupt y'all show, right? But man, I just had to come talk to y'all, and let y'all know that, I haven't, left y'all. I was going to get me something to eat, and I pulled on the side of the road. And I want to tell y'all, hey, I love y'all to death. I can't shake. I'm burnt out, and I can't shake it off. And I know I sent all y'all a text and everything, but I want to say it personally to y'all that I just need maybe just the rest of the year off, just to.
We understand.
Yeah.
Get yourself together, brother.
We're gonna come out there. We're gonna go look at some twins. You know what I'm saying? Make you laugh a little bit.
It's like it's really not serious, but I think I've been giving for so long to so many people, and an RG note, man, this caregiver for 10 years, it just somehow, man, this thing just weighed me out, and I just want to tell y'all, hey, I love y'all, and I don't mean to be a baby, and I ain't gonna cry, but, I just need to shake it off, and that's the God.
Take your time, brother. We love you, and we know that you're with us 100%. We ain't no doubt about that. Sometimes people just gotta take a break, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I'm running on batteries.
Yeah. You're right.
So yeah, just take your time, bro. We'll be right here when you come back, and if you decide to come back sooner, we'll be here. Later, we'll be here. We ain't going nowhere. We just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Somebody gotta hold the fort down, and that's what we're all here for, as support groups. And if you need us, you know where we at.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I don't do nothing half-assed. If I can't do 100, I ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
Hey, I love y'all. I see you soon, okay?
All right.
Man. Love you too, Nord.
Love you
and
too,
it's
man.
okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay.
Okay.
It is.
Amen.
Not being okay. You get yourself.
I thought about when I think about mom and dad. They was running up to South Carolina. I cried about a whole hour. So you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You start that mess got me over here crying. I ain't feel like
Hey, y'all know I'm a big baby. I cry in a minute. Y'all know that.
Start that mess now. I can't. I'm going back and back now.
It's all right for a man to be sensitive.
I know.
I am. Hey,
ain't got nothing to drink either.
Lord, Rabble.
Hey. Y'all be good, and I love y'all.
Okay.
Love you too, man.
Okay, bye.
All right. So let's get back to the subjects. Any of y'all own crypto?
No, and now I'm glad I'm not, because that man stole all the folk money.
$60 billion crash. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money missing somewhere. If you own crypto, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna buy any crypto. I started to buy $1,000 worth of crypto. I said, hey,
you got it like that?
Right?
No, that was when that
campaign, the Let Rock Fund is sticking funds.
That was in January. That was in January after February when you get your income check.
But that was all the rage for the last 2 years,
right?
And people were making a lot of money, because I had some friends that were making money down here off of crypto funds and Bitcoins and stuff like that. And they almost got me to join their little, because they have groups, they have groups, and I almost joined, but something just said, nah, stick with what you know. So I stuck in the stocks. But
Yep.
Still with what you know. That new stuff don't last long, honey. That man got all them people money. He said, that's enough. Crash. Come on now.
Wow.
$60 billion. That man living good somewhere.
Well, I don't know if he got all of it, but he got a bunch of it. And they're looking for him. They got warrants for his arrest.
My boy chilling.
Yeah, but he is gone. Do you hear me?
He
Gone.
He's on a private island, probably done
Yes.
bought the island.
I was just finna say that. He done bought his island and now he's Epsteining. Besides the young girls, but you know.
It's
Wow.
a $60 billion crash. If you invested $1,000, I think it's worth only 10 now.
Wow.
You know, so
Ugh.
you know you didn't go completely broke, but you got $10 coming if you invested $1,000.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of people. And what they preyed on was that it's not, you know, you got a bunch of people losing $1,000, but that's a lot of people investing in crypto, and a lot of people cashed out. Those who
Yeah.
got in early and cashed out were smart, you know.
Mhm.
But those who stayed in thinking that they were going to get the big deal, it just didn't make sense to me. You got,
I didn't understand it either.
you got all these countries got their own money, and here there's some private people going to invent their own kind of currency.
Yeah.
I
where you
can't trust that
spending
they gonna have that they're gonna pay me just like this happened. So I that's why I never did it. It didn't make sense to me.
Me either. I ain't understand it.
Mm-mm. I wanted to know where they were spending it at.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
need to plug my cable up because I forgot to plug my Ethernet cable up. I need to have it brought through the roof and brought down right in the back of my computer is what I need to do. I ain't had that done yet. I'll do that next. But yeah, that cryptocurrency, that is crazy. I wish I didn't. I'm glad I didn't invest in it, and that's just where it is right now in the cryptocurrency. We're gonna get through these topics so we can get to our main topic. One of the last ones on our general discussion is you got this guy in New York. He was caught defecating on his ex-wife grave.
For the last 48 years?
You think he was mad at him?
Was it for like the last 40 something years?
Yeah, for the last 40 something
Like
years.
you gotta be really holding on to something to do that every day.
Baby, he made some serious child support.
And leaving bags of poop.
Yeah, he left bags of poop on her grave at least once a year, and then so the kids saw that something was happening to their mom's grave every time they went to visit it. He must be knew when they went, so he would do it right around that time. And so they put a camera in, a deer camera, one of them deer cameras you just hide in the tree somewhere, and they caught their daddy pissing on their mama grave.
I said this is a whole new level. Nicki Minaj song.
Yeah, but he hasn't been charged yet. I mean, he's been charged, but they haven't released his name, Julius.
Yeah, they have released his name. I forgot what it is, but it's in New York and Orangetown, New York, or something like that.
Yeah, he was down here today.
Yeah.
Today.
You know, some folk can hold a grudge until Jesus comes. You know, for real. That's what you call holding a grudge until Jesus comes.
It is, Sandra.
In more ways than one.
Sandra, they got divorced in 1976.
What? 76.
Wow.
Yeah.
Robert. What year you were born, Robert?
I'm about to tell everybody that.
You were born in 76?
I'm born 2000. 2000.
That's a long time to hold a grudge, though.
Almost 50 years.
Yeah, like what the world, man? 48 years. You. I hope I don't hurt someone like that. You know, beyond the grave, they still holding on to what I did.
Yeah, and that's something.
Is he mad? She got.
No, he got a new wife, and the wife was there with him while he was pissing on the ex-wife.
Might have to hold him up.
Wow.
She an enabler.
Now I said, now the furthest to the grave I would go with a grudge is I would come to the funeral and piss in their face in the casket.
Sandra,
Nobody
ain't gonna
get
up on their parents.
Say that. Okay, I ain't gonna never be about it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm scared of dead, but I'm not going nowhere near no dead body.
Oh,
You
I
ain't gotta worry about
promise you,
that.
I could do something like that. I could
Oh
hate
my goodness,
somebody to the
That's that
degree.
kind of stuff. You messed
That
up.
person really done something to you.
You know
Oh,
that.
yeah. Huh.
You get out there in the midst of the funeral and just squat.
Hey, I can feel like this here.
And just squat, right?
And what you gonna do
I'm
with
like,
it?
Tony, get your ass up, dog.
She said pee.
Pee
Yeah,
where?
in the mouth. The mouth.
Pee where?
In the open casket.
In open
Yeah,
casket.
come here like
How
this
you gonna
here.
get up there?
I'm just telling you that
What you
I
gonna
could
do?
do that. I could do that.
There's always
Hop
one.
up there.
There's always one.
You know,
She on that
Even if
stuff.
your knees ain't
Julius,
like me, just
she on
sit
that
on
stuff.
body and
That's
I
what it
didn't say that I would. I mean, but I could. I could do it. You know,
Bam.
given
Bam.
the opportunity
Bam. Stop
You
it,
know,
bam.
Oh my goodness.
during visitation at
Oh,
the
God,
funeral
Charlie.
home.
Julius,
could
get
do
her,
that.
please.
That's after the family visitation. When it's time for the
She done
public
planned it all out.
visitation.
When everybody been
When
last person to walk out.
everybody done visited the
Yeah.
body. Then we pee on bodies. For the funeral
Exactly.
the
Or
next day.
I would be
Wow.
that person that just poured in the casket.
Jesus be a fence. Right. Thank you. Put that up there.
I can't. I
Listen,
cannot. I can't.
I didn't call her name.
Who thinks
But-
of this stuff? Because when they walk out, I'm gonna get a mini lad. I'm gonna climb up and I'm gonna
Then
get
call
it
your
now.
name down. If you're watching this, you better know it's you.
Huh. Okay.
Well, we know. We
Better
not
make 'em
piss
mad.
off. We better not piss off because she gonna come and throw piss on our and our way.
Yeah, Julius. Well, remember that you said on that show that day?
Julius, with all the stuff that you have done to me in the past,
Tell it.
I would never.
Hey, let me
I
show you
would
something.
never.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I was ready for you to say that. I had this up here for the last 3 weeks. You remember this?
That's a must
Yes.
shot.
Yes,
That's
I
all-
do. And
That's
I remembered
Sandra.
your rebuttal.
That's Sandra back in the day when she ran for office.
Ooh, Chandra, don't do that, Hannah.
And she had this article.
That has not become it.
She had this article in the paper, and the article pissed me off to the highest festivity. And I just had to tell her off. That was before we became good friends, because I didn't think that she spoke for all black people, and she was in the process of speaking for all black people, and I had to make sure that she understood.
But
that
how
was
do you
wrong.
feel now? Tell me, years later, how do you feel now about that article?
That I should have let you speak for me.
Okay. Thank you.
In
Tiffany-
hindsight,
Tiffany, go back and read that article.
in hindsight, you ran twice and you lost by, what was it? The last one was 88 votes and the first one was 100 and something.
Yeah.
You know, so it's close race. It's a very close race against the sitting alderwoman who Robert is now going to challenge. Correct.
Beat. We're gonna win.
Robert is now going to
We're gonna win. We're gonna win, folks. We're gonna win.
So y'all got so much in common. Y'all running against this woman, and both of y'all out of the 5th district. Oh boy, it's gonna be.
I was
some
proud of
work
5th district.
up there.
Tiffany, last night, real side note, we had a Democrat meeting for Chatham County, and when I tell y'all the 5th district showed up, well, some of us didn't show up, but the 5th district, we had the most numbers, so just wanted y'all to know that.
That's good.
5th and the 8th. 5th and the 8th.
No, the 8th had
don't
2 people.
something anyway.
Oh no, I'm looking at the article. Got it.
What article you read?
Sandra's? She told me to look it up.
Oh no, don't look that article up yet. Don't you be messy, Sandra. Don't look that article up yet. Hey, Charlie Brown must be at Home Depot getting water and batteries.
They probably getting
Right.
bread.
If anybody see Charlie Brown in the Home Depot, how about tell him to call into the show? There he is. There go Charlie. Robert Charlie showed up.
Hello, boy.
Hello, boy. Hello,
And
boy.
ladies. Hey, and I sent him the darn thing twice. Okay, Robert, Dr. Jones said
Oh, there it is. That's the third
you got her
endorsement.
vote.
We got 3 endorsements.
Okay.
Oh, Rebecca, how you doing? Well, I'll talk to Chairman. Congratulations to Deidre Graham, the new chair of the CCDC. I'll talk to Chairwoman Graham about that.
Yeah, I guess sometimes you can, but I guess to view it via through Zoom, I think that you should be a member to view it through Zoom, not just. I don't think that anybody should have access to it to come on and just watch it, because then you let your Republican opponents see what you're doing and how you're operating. So
Yeah,
no,
your
I don't think it should. Yeah, if you're a member, so you should be able to get on through Zoom. If you're a member, you should be able to get on through Zoom, Rebecca. It should have been. But I think that the Democrats are a little too loose with letting people into meetings. The Republicans don't let everybody in their meetings, so why should you be soft and let them in your meetings? We are the softest party in America, the Democrats. Invite only. You're correct. It should be by invite only, and those people should have been permitted to be there, because you could have cast your vote through the email. I sent through email, but although I did go, mine was already in case I was unable to attend, but mine was already in. But
Y'all, I sit at all the meetings. I go to the I'm on the Democratic committee, and I also be at the GOP meetings.
That's good.
How you go to GOP?
Because I'm black, I'm young, and they want to influence me.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't bought.
I used to go to the GOP meetings.
Guess who got the most votes? I'm like Keisha Gibson Carter. I got the most votes last night on anybody.
Hey, he got the most votes. Hey, he did. He got the most votes.
That's the second time I did that. Y'all better come on with it.
Congratulations to the first vice chair, Dr. Robert Bryan. But he got most votes. He got more votes than anybody. But by 2 votes, he beat Ms. Bowers by 2 votes, and she wanted to recount. I promise you.
Robert, don't be shaking on the ground.
She's second vice chair, though. She is the second vice chair, but she said
I'm just like, bro.
She thinks she beat Robert.
Wow.
I love me some Ms. Bowers, though. That's my favorite.
She said she wanted to recount. I don't know whether it was in that 1%. Robert, was it in that 1%?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Julius, on a political note, what do you guys think about the GOP? They're very upset with the Dems right now because nationwide, the strategy of the Dems were to put money behind the most radical right, the most radical GOPs, and help them win their primaries. So now they won't win against the the Democratic challenger. So now they're on CNN and Fox and everything saying how weak we look because we were playing dirty.
So
think about that.
Tell them this. So
exactly. So
I'm like, I said, if y'all would have came up with it first, y'all would have did the same doggone thing. So shut up.
I got 2 words for them. I ain't gonna say it though.
Republicans got to be the craziest people in the world. Charlie Brown, I don't know where he at, but he wanted to bring this topic up, and it was going to be the last thing on general discussions was Republicans. How stupid can you be if you got Herschel Walker and you vote for Herschel Walker, knowing that he ain't qualified, knowing that he's mentally unstable for that position, and he's showing.
No, he can't spell his name.
Huh?
He can't spell his name. Y'all be ashamed of yourself.
And so Republicans, what are you thinking about? Is it just that? Are you just that? And they say you can't say they're racist. Well, you can say that you still are racist, even though you for this black man. This man is Uncle Tom sellout anyway. So he's going. You like somebody who's going to sell sell his people out anyway. So
Yeah.
yes, it is still a form of racism.
Yeah,
Um,
very much so. Very
yeah.
much so.
Well,
Like,
They would have
we're
did
gonna
better with Vernon Jones with his own ignorant self.
get, yeah, Vernon,
Vernon Jones need to go.
no,
He needs to be
not
baptized
Vernon.
again. Vernon needs to be baptized
Vernon.
again.
I mean,
the
Pastor
GOP run
Jamal
shadow
Bryant.
candidates in the same name in Democratic races to split the votes. F them. You're right, Rebecca.
That's right, Rebecca Boo. F them.
You're right.
at least
Okay.
Vernon Jones
We're
would
gonna
have
get into
sounded
our
intelligent.
2 topics of discussion. So whenever we finish, we finish. These are the 2
Okay.
topics of discussion. We got 2
All right.
topics of discussion. And the first topic tonight is Sundown Cities in the USA.
Hey,
Now, Tiffany, I need you to come back so you can know what a sundown city is.
I was excited about this topic too. My first thought was
and a sundown gun.
Lovecraft Country.
Well, so we're
Low
gonna
country,
put
baby,
it
low
up there for
country.
everybody to read. Can y'all read that? Anybody want to read it, Robert?
No,
I can't see. Hold still. All right, Sean, go for it.
What Sundown
Basically, majority white municipalities that are that lack real police presence or law enforcement presence, and if your dark tail caught there when them lights come on, you're gonna be swinging from an oak tree. That's
Could
what
you
it is.
read what's on the screen?
Oh, go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
Sundown towns, also known as sunset towns,
Yeah, boom.
gray towns, or sundowner towns, are all white municipalities or neighborhoods in the United States. They practice a form of racial segregation by excluding non-whites via some combination of discriminatory local laws, intimidation, or violence. And those are the towns that the KKK have active presence in.
Correct.
And some of these other groups that have hate groups that have popped up, in the recent years.
The what name of that group, Robert? That was with Trump.
The Proud Boys.
Proud Boys, Oath Keepers,
Yeah, Oath Keepers, all these guys, they reside in neighborhoods like this. If y'all know of any sundown cities and y'all watching, y'all can tell us the cities that you know about. And what brought it up was I was in Tampa this week. And to get to Tampa, I had to go to Jacksonville. And then through Jacksonville, we went through this city called Stark, Florida. That's where all their prisons and everything at. And in Stark, I was told that you don't want to be caught coming down this road. I don't know what it was, 301 or something like that. You don't want to be on this road after dark if you're black or a person of color. You don't want to be on that road after dark. And you don't want to be caught coming through any of these towns violating the speed at even if it's 1 mile over the speed limit. We were going through, and 2 of my friends, both of them were from Florida. The 2 guys I went to the game with, my next door neighbor and my brother-in-law down in Jacksonville. We all, my brother-in-law is from Jacksonville. My next door neighbor is from Tampa. So they was telling me the story of Stop. And I'm saying, man, what you mean? This 2022, you telling me I can't ride through here at night?
Yeah.
They say we wouldn't advise it, brother. Don't come through here.
But check this out.
Kidding me?
Right?
But check this out. When I was campaigning, Julius, for Public Service Commission, Jay told me that before when I got started, he said, "Tell you something, I'm gonna send you some places, but some of these places I'm gonna send you, they sundown towns, so you need to have your ASS back before the lights come on."
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. In Georgia, you go down there around Albany, way across here. You better watch yourself.
Yeah.
And then we went to having a conversation with 2 people from Florida, and they would tell us that. I told them, I said, well, I'm bringing the the Black Panthers and their new group of the Black Panthers with me with the motorcycle group and everything, and we're gonna ride through stop about 1,000 deep. They say y'all won't make it out of there. I say, really, y'all that scared of these people? 1,000 of us coming through, and you telling us that they're gonna make sure that none of us leave? They're that scared, that, of traveling through this city at night. And they told me, say, watch when we get here, it will be a police car sitting here with a person in it. They're there 24 hours a day. This my brother say he only went through there one time in his life, and he's always lived in Jacksonville and had to go through there. And he said he only went through there one time, and it wasn't a police there. One time.
Really?
And when we went through there, the police was there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I had a coworker, and he was from Alabama. He said there are places in Alabama that you wouldn't take your black.
Yeah, Alabama works.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
This was like 2 years ago.
Georgia still, I mean, in Texas, we still have places, Huntsville, that's where our, prisons are, we don't stick around in that area.
You don't stick around in that area.
No, not even during the day.
Really? Could it be just like a mental thing? Like because we know because someone told us that this will happen, or did something like really happen?
Jesus is where you come in.
The historian.
Right.
Tell us about Jesus.
Well, I was going to say that it's not just in the South. It is also in the North. And in fact, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the capital of Pennsylvania, town right on the other side of it, that was also Black folks knew not to necessarily be there after dark. And there is a army base that is, I want to say, in Arkansas, that even up until about the 1990s, early 2000s, African-American soldiers were told also not to go there. So they've existed throughout this country and always been around. And what sometimes what it comes down to is based on the same thing we scream about right now, the inequities regarding social justice and legal justice. That again is from harassment and all that. That's what goes on. That they do all they can to deter Black people from being there. And so again, we'll tolerate you for a bit, but then we don't want you lingering around. So it's just also systematic racism. That's what it's about. And so people, as opposed to standing up and fighting about it, they just go ahead and just acquiesce. And so then that cements in their minds, So I guess I'm gonna share something with you. Ain't not just Sundown Town, but it shows your mentality. There's some athletes right here, middle school athletes, because they are so good, and they're gonna play this other parochial school here in the city of Savannah. They're African American because they're so good that there's other schools, since they have their homecoming, they went to the coaches and said to the coaches, "Oh, don't let them be the offensive athlete. Don't let them be the quarterback or the running back or the receiver. Put them on the line to be tackles and guards." So that way, just basically predominantly Caucasian school, that they could have a better game. And so they went to them. And so, and what we had to basically let some folks know just this evening, that's a part of systematic racism. And so, and if you sit silent about it, then it continues. So when you talk about Sundown towns, we sit silent about it, and people in these areas, they sit silent about it. They know about it, but don't put it out there. When you begin to put it out there, as I tell folks, rats and roaches do not like the dark. I mean, they do not like the light. So when you expose them, guess what? That's when you see change occurring. So that's what I'm saying, even not just in the South, you can say Stark, Florida also, we know with regards to prison system right down there, all of that. But then you say nothing about it. That's why they do it. That's why they embolden and blazing to do what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I told them I was bringing this up. I told them, I said, I'm bringing it up on the show on Wednesday because y'all cannot be this scared of coming through a city that is in the United States and should be under the laws of the United States.
Right.
And if you have to go there and protest, and you got to go there and shut things
Right.
down, then that's what you
That's
should
right.
do.
That's right.
You know, somebody got to go to jail. So, you know, you ain't going to get changed. I say, if you don't challenge them, you're going to let
Right.
this be the norm for our grandkids.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm with
That's
I'm with
right.
Mr. Grover. I think his name was Grover. He said he wished they would. Me too. I'm with it. I'm me too. Me too. Me too.
I think that's what they did in Forsyth County. To, you know, when those things were going on. Am I right?
Right. In fact, that's what we did. We took the bus to Savannah. We took 2 buses from Savannah State up to Forsyth. Because what had happened, and because Forsyth County, it was Forsyth County, because right there, Cumming, Georgia, they had the same history. People talk about Lake Lanier and all that with regards to Oscarville, all that. That's what it's all. That's that area right there. They did what they can to get black folks out. And so when black folks now started looking at going to the area, they were still dealing with that. And so Jose Williams and others, that's when he now has a march. And the march, again, we took 2 buses of Savannah State students there, and one of them was Mayor Van Johnson. He was with us right there when we took him. Mayor Van Johnson of Savannah, Georgia, Julius Hall. We took him with us. We went out there and we marched the streets, and we saw people saw Confederate flags. You know, they saw people again, the stars and bars and all that. And so they walking through there and see the snow. So like saying, this is what this is about. And now look at what happened. You see the change is not happening right there in Forsyth County, Georgia. And so, but again, Mayor Van Johnson right there, and he in fact talked about that experience, that what we did when we took those buses up there to Forsyth County, Georgia.
How ironic that he now embraces them. How ironic.
Everybody shifted in their seat. Everyone shifted in their seat. All of y'all Savannahans just shifted in your seat.
That made me a little bit uncomfortable.
Ironic. You know, now he.
And I'm from Baxter Street, honey. I'm from up the road, honey. Everybody got to shift it.
Yeah, now he's helping them to oppress them. How ironic.
That's why they say, don't let people know about you. Don't let people know about you, because they bring up your past on you.
How ironic.
That's the truth.
Oh,
Right.
But did it get worse under Trump?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He gave all of them
Courage.
the right to just, well, not the right, the galls to just come out the closet, make sure you grab your sheet now and your pillowcase. Don't forget your pillowcase with the holes in it so we can see. Come on.
No, I believe that he emboldened them to not put on their sheets.
There you go.
And
There
hood.
you go. There you go.
You know, just come as you are and say what you want.
That's you're right.
You know, that's what he emboldened them to do. And that's the reason why that the guy that's going to be on trial, that's with the Oath Keepers, you know, that's why he's putting on that defense that he felt like he was being directed right from the president, because, you know, he felt like he was under the direction of the president when they went to storm the Capitol, you know. So I believe that everything that went on under his watch, even before he took office, has been bird calls to people, you know, that would be, you know.
Hello, boys. That was a you show. I'm messing with you.
You can tell him off, Sandra.
She know I love her. That's why I pick on her.
Can I speak now? I just want to say one thing to y'all. Hello, boys, ladies. It gives me great pleasure to see your wonderful faces. I was detained tonight because I did not realize the supermarket had so many people in it. It is unreal. I mean, we should be accustomed to the storms and thunderstorms, but evidently Savannah, Georgia have panicked. I'm lying, it's wall to wall. So, boys and ladies, forgive my tardiness, please.
Oh no, Uncle Charlie, we knew you was at the store. We knew you was getting ready.
You're Jamal Terrell with Republics. That's so y'all calm.
Hey, Robert, be nice. You can look at my shape and tell I was in the bread aisle naturally. So far, you guys got a great show going. I'm glad, like I say, I'm glad to see all you guys and let all the people, the viewers know that please be careful, be safe, don't panic. And like our chairman Ellis said today, this is not an evacuation for Savannah and Chatham County. But if you want to evacuate, he said, where are you going? Have some place to go. So y'all can continue with the show, and thank you for allowing me to come in.
All right. We're glad you could make it. We thought you were in Stock, Florida, or got stopped going through Port Wentworth. Oh, no, Port Wentworth is like that no more. It was a sundown city years ago.
You ain't lying.
Years ago, Charlie Brown couldn't come through Port Wentworth after dark.
No, you're absolutely right. And right now, you can't come through Port Wentworth. They will stop you for speeding. That's still a speed trap town. And Little Whistle, Georgia, they're in the morning.
It is a
How about Pembroke?
And that's why I ran there to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And we're going to get rid of it. In a few years, Port Wentworth will not be known as a speed trap town. What you say, Professor Torre?
I was going to say this right here. I travel through Pembroke all the time. I want people to know that Jamal Torre does not feel that way about Pembroke. That is the opinion of Robert Bryant and the people of the Rabble. Jamal Torre travels through Pembroke to go to Statesboro all the time. So when I'm traveling there next week, understand, Pembroke, Jamal has said that. I don't get no tickets.
What about Alabama?
Thank you. Alabama. I travel through Alabama also. Alabama and Pembroke. I love you all. I love you all.
The reason you
hope you like it.
Somebody
Hope
told
you
me
like it,
you got a
Georgia.
white car. That's the reason why you don't get stopped, because your car is white. So I'm gonna let you know what's going on.
Charlie, what about hope you like it, Georgia? Y'all know what
I told him?
Jamal hope you like it. Bullitt County, Jamal loves all Portal, Stilson, Brooklyn, Statesboro. Jamal love it. Jamal, people from there. So again, Jamal, I know nothing about Robert Bryan's talking about. I'm just putting it out there.
That's all right. You just said that they should say something about it. If those cities are violating our rights, then those cities are participating in being speed trap cities and sundown cities, then we need to call them out, your people included.
I'm going back into the dark. I'm going into the dark.
I think you're frozen.
Well, we got to do something about it.
Before we get any further on the show on the next agenda, whatever, Tiffany, tell me what's going on. Right on, sister. Tell me what's going on. You know, I dig the way you look, my sister.
Oh, you do. Thank you.
What's down to earth? Mildew, barbecue. What you gonna do?
Thank you, Uncle Charlie. Well, no, but I got a new growth, and so I had to put a hat on to go out in public.
Well, you look raw. I want you to know. I like the look.
That's the look I was going for, Uncle Charlie.
It give us that thuggy. It give the show some thuggy look.
Sandra,
that's right.
Sandra.
Okay.
Sandra, you there? Because you look frozen.
She is frozen. You ever watch her?
Because y'all supposed to be telling
Let
Charlie.
it go.
Y'all
Let
supposed to
it
be
go.
telling Charlie that. Y'all supposed to be telling Charlie that he has come and interrupted what we were doing by
Oh, you always put everything on me. Wow,
here we go, Tiffany.
Stuff on me.
Tiffany, you both that done told her. Tiffany said she was gonna get you. I don't know whether you watching the show.
But what,
I
hey,
said that
Julius,
was gonna try to do that to me, Uncle Charlie. You know I did
Julius.
not say that. You know I said I
Julius
was
and Charlie,
gonna
when we gonna go to Athens and do a live show in Athens?
Yo,
I got the
No.
perfect place on
What
Baxter
we gonna-
Street.
What we're gonna do is get 2 or 3 buses, and we're gonna take a tour through all these sundown cities in Alabama, Kentucky, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, and we going to camp out. Hell, we gonna do all. Everybody who's down, can you please raise your hand?
I'm down.
I'll be security.
As-
I'll be the
As
security
long,
guard.
as long
I
as it's
can't, I
not,
can't, I can't, I can't go. I can't go because I got a slight cold.
Okay.
Don't
worry about it.
My-
They get within
my-
500 feet of our
I was
vehicle.
saying, as long as it's
It's gonna
not
be a
Bryan
two-part
and Bullock County, as long as it's not Bryan and Bullock County, I'm good. I go every place except for Bryan and Bullock County because I don't support y'all using those towns for such. Again, Bryan and Bullock County, Jamal loves y'all.
What about
I
Meta?
haven't heard that
What about
too much
Meta?
about Bryan and Bullock County, but I have heard it about
I can't go.
other places.
What about Fort Valley?
Oh,
I
It's
can't, I
homecoming.
can't go.
What about
It's homecoming.
Homecoming?
I tell you where I can go, and y'all gonna be surprised when I tell you.
Uh-oh, come on.
Watch y'all get real sharp.
Come on.
I can go to Pooler. How you like me now?
You can go.
Robert, that was not.
What about Vernon? What about Vernon?
I got lost in Vernon one time. You know, cause they put a couple ways in and out.
No, those sundown cities, it needs to be a challenge.
it
You know,
does.
under Trump, he gave them this bottle of liquid courage, spiritual courage that they sprayed in their face, and then they got bold and started doing things more boldly. Even in the sundown cities really became more visible to the whole world because they started doing things, stopping people, talking to you any way you want. They wanted to put you in jail for anything, and they knew that they could get away with it because Trump ruled the day at that time. But
That's correct.
the vote changed all that, and that's what we are so happy that we got rid of this idiot that was in the White House. But we
But
got
we
to
also
do
have to
the
keep
change.
that same momentum because we still have an idiot that's the governor.
Yeah.
Whoops.
No, keep it to next year. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Well, we got to get that energy and understand that that we got to be the change that we're looking for. If we don't do it, then who's gonna do it? Are we gonna wait for our grandchildren to do it 10 years from now? What you saying, Jamal?
I'm going to say Trump in 2024, Brian Kemp, Van Johnson, Herschel Walker.
And
Victory
Robert
is-
Bryant 2024. There it is.
And Robert Bryant.
2024.
You're gonna be the only
Back up. Tell me what about Herschel Walker and Brian
Victory.
Kemp?
Victory.
It's
Herschel
bad,
Walker.
Charlie. It's a joke.
Herschel Walker, Brian Kemp, Donald Trump, Van Johnson.
Keith Jefferson Carter.
And Robert Bryant. Don't forget Robert.
2024.
2025.
He-
Can't go
he's
with
on-
Robert with that crew.
He's on the other side. He's
He's
on the
gonna
other
be
side.
outside. Look,
He's on the other side.
it's
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
Ray, I want to give my condolences to Ray.
Thank you.
Ray was Charlie.
He's
Ray
on
was attacked this weekend. Them bulldogs over there on Hopkins Street attacked Ray. I just want to make sure you know I thought about you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And guess what? I got attacked tonight too. And Steve, I can't come on the show until I'm like in the laboratory because Julius Hall said I cannot be on the show driving in the vehicle stuff. So that's why I get on at this time. If I'm in the lab, I can come on the show. Can't be driving.
Okay.
Were you
Again.
drinking something tonight?
No, Herschel Walker,
What you
Herschel
call
Walker,
it? Nut juice?
Donald Trump, Brian Kemp, and Van Johnson. Robert Bryant, he comes on the other side, then he will join. He coming to the light. He coming to the light.
Then come to the light, brother. Come to the light.
Come to the light. Come to the light.
Well, I want to before we move to the next subject. We're at minute 109, 30. I want to before we go to the next subject, I want to say congratulations to Better Savannah. On this Thursday, they will be showing their 100th episode. So congratulations to Better Savannah. Better Savannah, we congratulate you on your 100th episode, and we wish you more. John McMasters and Chuck Fagan, y'all doing a great job bringing policy to the forefront of all these discussions. Congratulations on your 100th show.
Are they going to address about Curtis Purdy and Keisha Gibson Carter? Are they going to address Curtis Purdy about how he does Keisha Gibson Carter?
That's good that you just asked.
Oh, you thought it was somebody in it.
She was on Martin Rowland Unfiltered.
Roland Martin, yeah. You know, Roland Martin is a part of a great organization. He has a wide following, so just want to let you know.
He does. Son, it's good to have you back. You okay?
My computer had to do its update.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah. That their screen look a little bit more better. Tell Chris don't walk behind you with no shirt on. That's all.
Now you wasn't gonna say no. Nothing nice about me, were you? Because I was absent.
Nope.
Yeah, we were clear that, Uncle Charlie. We made sure we didn't say anything you could be listening because we love you and appreciate you. And it was
Thank you,
really
Tiffany.
good.
You make me feel really good because you don't know how hard it is when a person have to stand in that line for a loaf of bread and some eggs. It's not easy.
Wow.
Announcement. We got another announcement. Tiffany's dad to celebrate birthday, so y'all tell him happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, my dad had a birthday. He turned 61.
Happy birthday, Tiffany.
Yeah, he turned
Happy
61.
birthday. And I hope you have many more birthdays. And I'm going to tell you what, the beauty is untouched by the late evening. The cap.
You know what, Charlie?
You know daddy's birthday, Charlie. Her daddy.
I'm going to use that line. I'm going to use that line, boy.
It's my dad's birthday. His birthday was yesterday. He turned 61.
Use that line tomorrow, boy. I swear.
It ain't her birthday, Charlie.
Robert,
you get something.
Go ahead with the next topic.
Say it again.
Before we go on to the next topic, which is for these two women to really expound on a whole lot, I also want to let everybody know that it might be Savannah, Better Savannah's 100th episode, but on October the 19th of this year, in a few weeks, it will be our 154th episode.
Wow.
We only missed 2 episodes in 3 years.
Wow.
2 episodes in 3 years that we've missed. So we're going to say congratulations to us on October the 19th. It started October 16th.
Let me ask you a question. You froze, Julius?
He's frozen now.
No, I'm back now, Hope. I still didn't get up to go plug my internet cord up, my Ethernet cord, which I'll go do.
And Julius, that's when you and I started the show?
We started on October the 16th, 2019. Our first show. That. It was called the ATR show, and now is still this show that me and Charlie started October 16th, 2019. And
it was a great show.
Now at 3 years. 154 shows on the 19th of this month. 19th of next month, it'll be 154 shows.
That's a great thing. Thank you, Julius. You know, Beach High School celebrating 155 years as well. So that's just a coincidence.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to get on to our next subject and our last subject, which should be very interesting. Very, very interesting.
We about to get started.
The women want to know, where are all the good black men at? Where are all the good black men?
They're on the ramble.
That is.
We know that we're all 4 good guys. We
just don't make me mad. I'm an Aries. I cuss you out.
I had this conversation with some people, and they want to know where are all the good black men, and y'all can chime in on this and a charm in on this, like Gary Monroe said, that Charlie said. Y'all can charm in on this. You know, you got and this is just my opinion. You know, my opinion from my observation. These women want to know where are the men, and I would tell them that because we're gonna go deep in this for the next 40 minutes. 25% are in prison. Of the 100%, 25% are in prison. 25% don't want to work. They ain't got no job, so a woman don't want them. 25% are either gay on the down low, so the woman is having reservations about dating those type of guys, and it's only 25% left. And in that 25%, 20% of us are married, and only 5%, Jamal and Robert, are free. They're single.
I ain't saying I'm free. You gotta pay for this, baby. You gotta put some money on this and invest in here.
I want to stop you for a minute. I think there's a lot of good men out there, and the problem is there are blue collar guys, and a lot of women don't want the blue collar guys. They looking for, I don't know, they looking for this prince or something on a white horse, and if they willing to take the guy who got the dirty, grimy hands and get a big bottle of soap and help him wash his hands, they will have some good men. But there's about, and in my opinion, 15 to 20%, the good men, they don't want them. Because they don't look the part they want. They don't look like the guy they want on the internet. They don't look like Robert. They don't look like Jamal.
They do look like Rabble.
And guess what? And guess what? A great deal of them don't look like me.
That's right.
Me. When you see me, I'm perhaps one of the most handsome guys.
You gotta say that.
My wife, Miss Brown. She will tell you, or she say to me most of the time, come romance me. And I say,
you let the women have this show.
Uncle Charlie, that's right. Uncle Charlie, put him up all game, Uncle Charlie.
All night long.
Would you let the women
No, look at Jesus.
All right, go ahead, Sonia and Tiffany.
What you looking for?
Huh?
You be on Ted Danny. What you been talking about?
Y'all see what y'all want? All night long.
Was your data factual, or that's just your opinion?
What?
Who you talking to me?
I'm talking to Julius.
Man, you got mad about that.
I'm giving you Jew facts.
Jew facts. All right then. That should be a segment. Jew facts.
Yeah.
Oh, those were Jew facts. Okay.
I might be wrong, but I doubt it.
No, you're probably wrong. But
shots fired, bang bang.
But I mean, but it's okay, you know. So yeah, there's a. I mean, you should just say there's a great many in jail.
Well,
you know,
just go off of what I said and just get to the point. We ain't got to talk about my statistics. Talk about what you think. What we gonna do about how you gonna find that good man?
Well, for one thing, Black women need to decide whether it's time for them to start doing what Black men have been doing for a long time, going off with other cultures in mass. You know.
Maybe she hit it. Somebody mad now. So Ray mad.
So is it time for Black women to start dating Chinese, Mexicans, white men in mass numbers?
What about Middle Eastern?
Or Middle Eastern
What about
in
Native
mass
American?
numbers? You know, because see, we have always been dedicated to our culture.
Yeah.
You know,
We
even
wanna
when
marry
the black man left us a long time ago.
Sheree about to tell your ass.
How
You know,
about,
no bad words.
how about the Yiddish?
I
How
just
about Yiddish?
I feel like we've been pushed into a culture to where we would be better off without a man, and a lot of women hold tight to that because they're just like, we're just no nonsense. But at the end of the day, a lot of those women are lonely. I would advocate for women to find happiness even if it's outside of our race, because I'm
Wow.
going to speak for myself. I'm pro-black, but I'm going to speak for myself. I have dated outside of my race, and that was one of the happiest relationships that I've ever had.
Really?
It was, but I
remember that.
I was just like, Tiffany, like, what are you doing? Like, you know, he was, you know, everything, but he wasn't black. And
What
so
was he? Was he a Chinese?
Well, I read through that. Read between the lines, Charlie.
he was white. Like he had
white.
a white mom and a white dad.
Okay.
But his siblings had black dad.
They had soul.
It was just a even though I was happy in the relationship, I just couldn't continue the relationship because I just felt like I was selling out my black men and I'm raising black boys. I just felt like that.
Man,
Even though now I'm not gonna. Sometimes I look back like, really though, just because it was. But you know,
well, I think you should date who you love and
Yeah.
marry who you love. But I do think that you should try to do stay in that frame because you don't want to. You know, every other race make sure that they're Thank you, Miss Hall. Come on in. Every other race makes sure that their race continues to stay.
I bet you see he humming the horn.
You know,
look how she looking. Get him time.
Say about this,
Miss Hall, speak on it.
I'm just listening.
Okay.
Ooh.
Every race except for our race, because I live in Texas, and you would be hard pressed to find a black man with a black woman in Texas. Yes.
Wow.
Because all they want is a white woman or a Spanish speaking woman down here. And it gives black women a complex because we're thinking, well, what's wrong with us? I mean, and they will not black men won't even speak to us.
Really?
I promise y'all, in the 3 years that I've been here, I can walk in any grocery store, in any mall, in anything. And y'all know that I'm always dressed to the nines every time I go anywhere.
You gotta put some stilettos on that. Put some stilettos. I got a heel on that.
And even if I am within 3 inches of a black man, they will not acknowledge my presence.
Wow.
Even with a hello. You know, but you see them all the time. When I go to my son's football games, that's all you see is mixed race couples.
Wow.
well,
That's the first time. That is the first time, you know, that I've talked to someone maybe from Texas and share that. And this is one of the things that I emphasize. You know, people fail for a couple reasons: lack of information, lack of knowledge. Because I was not aware of what you're saying. So you sample that in the area where you lived at. You take me for instance. You know, I'm pretty hot. You know, and I'm married and all. What I have to do is sometimes I have to fight the women's off me.
You know what?
we remember the two ladies in the meat aisle throwing steaks over you. Jamal, you was about to say something.
Right, I got nothing else to say. You said it right there. That's it.
Y'all need
All night long.
all the people red and white.
Jamal, you was
Blow
about
up
to
that
say
red and white.
Yeah, I was going to say that some things, when we have certain subjects, we have to kind of be conscious of what we are doing and messages that we send out there.
Mhm.
Now, and I understand, I listened to what my sister said, but then I have to say this, that so even with regard to people saying mixed race, still when it comes down to racial identities, that you have more Black people having Black children, and they are not mixed race. They're not Caucasian and African and Asian, African and Latino. These are Black people producing Black children. That's across the entire United States. So when it comes down to it, these children that are being produced are predominantly produced by Black men and Black women getting together. What we might need to look at that, because sex is something separate. When we got to say with regard to dating, sex is a part of, for some people with regard to dating. So I would say, what is the breakdown? Because there's a breakdown, because when the numbers show that Black people are dating and with other Black people. So the numbers are not saying that it is escalated with regards to mixed race or the races, the integration of dating. What we might need to look at, and this is something that I just throw it out there, because I talk to people and I often see how what has happened for many of us, that when y'all talk about some of these dynamics, how Black men are not in the homes, but then I tell people that's a part of a system right there that's in place that has caused us to be enemies to one another. That Black men and Black women are enemies to one another. So as opposed to us always, we go and tout our differences and the dislikes about us and things like that. We bash one another, but we don't go look at what are the solutions and then understanding that this is a part of a plot that is in place. I hear people talk about on the other end, but that's why, again, this romance side, I'm like saying, so how do we stop it just being about sex and about long-term longevity of building family, building a collective? And we're not doing that because, and especially I'm saying when we engage in the conversation, we put it out there like that, and we don't provide solutions to this. So I'm not saying, oh, Black people are getting together. They having sex,
Right.
but the sex is not enough to keep people. So when we talk
Okay.
about romance and relationship, that's a problem. And so we might need to start thinking about how do we not create that? How do we not create that? How do we not fight that tide? Because again, it's marketed for us to be like that. And I tell people this, and I'll end on this note right here. I've always tell my people, it is not about women being from Venus and men being from Mars. Somebody else put that in our heads. And so for us, it's just like what Malcolm said, when Caucasian America do something, they have a cold. But for the Black community, it's pneumonia. So how are we going to deal with pneumonia of our and our families?
Okay.
Wow, that was powerful.
The only thing I like to interject, the question was, where's the good Black men? And I subway by saying a lot of the blue collar workers itself, they're not picking them for some reason, a great deal in percentage. If you look at it, they want, I don't know, they want something else. I don't know if they want hip hop guys or white collar guys or whatever, but that's what's taking place. Some of the Black women's got to start looking at them. My concern is, I hear what you say, but where I'm puzzled at, why can we, in the population, we still circle around 13, 14%? And that's the way we've been for the last 2 decades. If you say they're having sex and having Black kids, unless the census are lying, we are still hovering around 13, 14%. And when the Spanish have jumped in the last 2 decades past us to 18 to 20% in population. So explain that to me, because I'm a little bit puzzled. That's all I'm saying.
And you don't have to be puzzled about it. And that's why I tell people, I don't get puzzled about none of this. And that's why I say, I do not let social media, I do not let ideologues go and dictate to me what's going on. When people talk about, and I want people to understand, I support immigration, but there has been an en masse with regards to people coming into the United States that y'all going to talk about illegal immigration. So I'll not give y'all a breakdown on this. Why I tell people, when I interned in DC, I lived in DC and in Hyattsville. In Hyattsville, Maryland, the apartment complex I lived in was predominantly Latino, predominantly, and it was native Latinos that were there. So when people act like now in the 2000s that they're surprised about the number of people who were here from Latin America, I'm telling people, I'm like, come on now, stop this. In Washington, D.C., we saw this. So, Charlie, when you're talking about this right here, they are the people that have been coming here. So they have been coming here, and that's what has been a process. So we act like all this is like, this is just in a vacuum. No, it's not. That's why I'm saying, well, we got to be holistic about all this right here. Whatever piece you want to work on, you work on that piece. But understand that your piece is a part of helping us get the liberation. Whatever you're good at, that's what you're going to do. Don't go and think that that's some separate piece. So the immigration issue is a part of when we go and look at what is going on. And I've heard Julia say some things also. And that's why, again, me and some folks, I'm going to let you know, we had conversations about this, not about what Julia said, but again, with regard to why they do certain things within their community. Because so I guess I need to put it on out there. They understand this right here. That, and I'm gonna go to Ludowici, Georgia, Long County, Georgia. That on last night, some of us discussed this. They realize that when they get here, they must produce children. You know why they must produce children? Their child now becomes a citizen of the United States. So, and that's why they didn't understand. They must have. Some of them gonna say we must have many children. That's what it is about. So again, so they already coming here, and again, and I'm not just saying that calling them illegals or anything like that. So I don't want anybody to think that. I'm saying I understand the dynamics, but we don't want to have these type of these real conversations, because now that causes you now to go to another level. That goes you, and that really, when we talk about attacking people, now you got to go and attack your entire government, and we sometimes don't want to do that. And so I'm just don't like that. And Charlie, it's not. Hold on, Charlie. Let me go and finish. Let me go and finish. Let me finish this point, because I gotta say this right here. It's not just about blue collar. It's blue collar, white collar, no collar. All of them are affected. So don't go and say that women are just not looking at blue collar. It's all of them. And that's why I say these relationships that we're not having. White collar men not getting anything going on with relationships. Blue collar men not getting anything. And no collar men. So that's why I'm saying we got to address it. So where are the good black men? I'm like, they're out there. But sadly, what it is, they have been misguided in many cases. So we got to now rectify. We got to raise the black man up right now. And so all this other stuff right here, so that way black women can have those people out there who are there for them, who will honor them. We can live in a world where we discriminate and we destroy women. And so we live on that. And so men then buy into that madness also. So look at all the images, and it's blue collar, white collar, no collar.
No. I brought that up because I'm basing it on the environment I'm in, that I was participate and watch a lot of the black women who maybe a grade above them are not or don't want to date the blue collar guy. I'm telling you, it's happening. I don't know about all over. And I was just saying, I don't know if they prefer a white collar or what, but a lot of black women do not want to date. It might be changing. I'm 70 years old. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've been around for a while. And what I'm saying, for 2 decades, Jamal, we hadn't grown in population. All them black babies, you say black people are getting together and having them, and we still at 13, 14%. Go back 2 decades, and we was only 13% of the population.
And
that's totally you're trying to mix some stuff up. I'm saying black people are having babies. That means black people are getting together. So what you're saying, that point right there, what you're trying to justify and throw at me, that is they are having babies. So you still kind of saying the percentage, that still means black people are having babies. So this is the type of stuff I be saying, like, come on, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna put out Julius, I'm gonna say this to you right here. I'm gonna hold up, Julius. I'm gonna hold up. This is why I be saying. This is sometimes some of the stuff I can't be playing with some of this right here. I'm listening to some of this right here. We having babies again. No, I'm about to go to. Because we having babies. So stop trying to be in that joke because of 13%. That means we still having babies. That's the type of stuff I'm
we
talking
haven't
about. I'm
made it.
just gonna sit here and listen
Okay.
to this and be a part of this right here.
Oh,
I told you,
Jamal.
no, it just
Jamal.
ain't about no opinion. It's about poison. It's about poison.
Jamal.
I've been fighting poison for 40 doggone years. No, excuse me, 50
We
years I've been fighting
understand
poison. The mentality. That's why we function like this. This is why we function like this. Because we let the
So what
poison
are
be
you
out there.
saying?
I said, I came out here cool. That I said, give the solution. But again, we got the poison. I'm just going to sit here and listen to all the poison. I'm like, come on now. No, it's not.
Okay, so-
No, it's not. I cannot be a part of it. I told you that. I cannot. It is poisonous, and this is the type of stuff that's destroying. Listen to what Erica Lachey said. Erica, because I'm getting off. I'm just going to try it. Erica Lachey put it out there. Listen to what the sister said. It's the destructive stuff that we do. It's disrespectful.
Jamal.
It's
Jamal,
disrespectful.
some people, okay, hold on.
I'm here, then that means I condone this poison. I can't be
Hold
here,
on.
so I'm saying right
Hold
now,
on. Hold
Jamal
on.
Touré
Hold on.
cannot be a
We
part of the
having a
poison.
debate.
I cannot sit here. If y'all don't want me to be, if y'all want me around certain other people,
listen. You need to stay
no,
right there
no,
and
no,
listen to a damn
no,
thing.
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no.
hold on.
Because that's the
Stay
type of
right
stuff
there
I have to
Wait a
attack.
minute. Because
Everybody
you
else gonna
still
attack
getting
that
on
stuff.
here-
So I'm not
You
going
still
to
getting on here
Julius.
giving poison
Julius,
about Brian Kemp.
Julius,
You still
Julius,
getting on
no.
here giving poison
That
about
Julius,
Herschel
Julius,
Walker.
Julius,
Whether you claim it or
Julius.
not, that's
I
poison.
can joke about Herschel Walker,
No,
but
but
then
they
people
might
they
be
know what the real deal is
You
when
don't
it
know
comes
what
down
they
to what I
do.
talk about. But then now I'm like saying,
People don't
but
know
this about
whether
the
you
stats
serious or
and the
not.
facts. The stats and the facts. I'm like, that is great. And so if I sit here, that's why I say I can't be on the show. That's why I say, because if it for me to sit here, I'm like, that means I'm condoning some of it. That's why I try not to be on the show, because I'm like saying I could not let myself be in that atmosphere like that.
Tell me,
So I'm like
what are
saying,
you talking about?
We don't
Where are
even
you
understand what
coming
you're talking
from?
about.
So I'm saying
What are you
again,
talking about?
I cannot.
What
So
are you
y'all have
talking
y'all
about? Tell
show,
everybody
y'all
what
do
you're
y'all
talking
show. So then that way Jamal,
Oh,
because
no,
Jamal,
no.
I'm saying like this,
What?
the stuff, actually,
don't
and even when
understand what
so
you're
now let me
talking
break it
about.
on down. The stuff that y'all talk about, now other people know me, no, for real. So that's why I say they know the stuff that y'all talk about is nothing to some of us. The stuff that we really talk about, what we want to see, that's why y'all be fighting about the stuff that I say with other people. Because that's why I'm saying no. And that's why I have to get joke. Herschel Walker, people know me like they know that's a god dog. They know. That's why I say the
Everybody
stupidity
don't know
that I
you.
see in this
Everybody
city,
don't know
in this
you.
country, all around.
Everybody
I'm like
don't know
saying
you,
so.
so
I'm
they
like
don't
saying
know
no.
what you
So it's
talking
better
about.
for
You
y'all
still
to have
not
y'all
joking
show.
like
It's
that.
the Rabble.
No,
You gonna
no,
do what you
no,
gotta
no,
do.
no.
I'm not gonna be a part of
What?
it because again, the games that
should
we
not
gonna
joke
have
like
going on.
that.
So
Tell me,
yeah,
tell
I'm
me,
like saying
tell me,
I will see
tell
you
me, tell
on
me.
Run
All
Tell
right.
That and on Ebony Sports Reporters. Ebony Sports
All right.
Reporters.
All
Run
right.
Tell That. Peace and blessing.
All right.
Tell me exactly. I'm a little bit puzzled because we were
Yeah,
talking
trying to figure out
about
what
the
the hell he's talking
subject
about.
where all the good men.
What is he talking about?
We were talking about where all the good men and stuff, and I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm a little bit puzzled why he got upset.
Well, let me say this. You know, that's my brother. I love him. But you cannot come on here and joke about one thing and want somebody to be serious about something. You joke about Brian Kemp. You joke about you want Van Johnson to win. You joke about you want Herschel Walker to win. You joke about all these things. Everybody don't know you playing. So be serious all the time if you're gonna be serious. Be serious on this show too, Jamal.
Well, my thing is this.
We don't even know what you arguing about because
I'm puzzled.
you just went off into a rant.
Well, my thing is this. You know, Jamal said, well, I think that we should bring solutions. But yet, I heard not one solution come out of his mouth. You know, and I thought that, you know, he would make his case. He would say, well, this is what I think. You know, there are good men, or women and men are getting together. Okay, well, fine. If women and men, Black women and men are getting together, well, why are there so many single Black females out there? You know, and I understand that females outnumber males. You know, I mean, we outnumber males And then, especially in the Black race, we outnumber males because a lot of our males are, just like you said, in prison, or, you know, they're, you know, they're living alternate lifestyles.
Yeah.
And we're sacrificing a lot of them. I said that we're sacrificing a lot of them to other races. And I mean that, you know. So for every eligible Black man that we sacrifice to another race, or that we sacrifice to, you know, another man, you know, that's one less that we have.
Right. Son, can I just interject for a minute? Because I guess I'm the brunt of this. The question was, Jewish a major agenda, and the question was, where's the Black men, any good Black men? And I was giving my opinion about a lot of the Black women don't go to the blue collar guy. I use the term blue collar, but y'all know exactly, Tiffany, and you know where I'm coming from. I'm not saying you do, but I come from a culture, they do not want the blue collar guy. They're looking for maybe college guys who done graduate from college, are in high position. It gives them status, maybe. Again, I'm giving you. And he made a statement, Black men and Black women are getting together having kids. He said that, I can hear good. And I'm saying, why in 2 decades, why the population hadn't went up past 13 to 14%? That's the only thing I'm saying, because a lot of the Black men are going to the Spanish and the whites. So it's reducing the population knowing.
Well, this is my thing with Jamal's perspective. Have your perspective and tell what you think. If you are the professor, give us the case. Give it to us the way that it should be good. You can't jump on somebody because they differ from you. Everywhere you go, they're going to be different from you, Jamal. Everywhere you go, they're going to be different from you. You're there to try to straighten it. So get on and straighten it. You cannot have your cake and eat it too, and then say that you want Donald Trump and you want all these other people who are a detriment to our existence, and then say you were playing and that everybody know you playing. Everybody don't know you. It's 38,000 people watch this show. All of them don't know you.
And you
so you got to be serious.
Yeah, and you can't spend 5 minutes
on Jamal about to be serious about what he's saying. But then you want to go off on everybody about what he's fought for 40 years. We understand that. But you got to say at some point that you got to be serious, because everybody don't know that you playing. It don't matter about the people that just know you. We're trying to influence people, a whole community.
You know, and I don't think that you should take 5 whole minutes just going slap to the left. You know, I don't know.
Well, Tiffany, I want you to have some input, because I know you were sitting quiet listening. Maybe I said the wrong thing. I thought the subject was where's the good Black men for the Black women. At first I was humoring, but then I got serious when I started looking and knowing the population. At the same time, I did ask you to put an input. Go ahead.
I think this show, as the Rumble, is a great outlet for each and every one of us to be able to say how we feel, without it getting to the point where it got to. But I understand everyone's passion. I feel like a lot of Black men, I think it's a two-way street. I think women are chasing after a facade of what they think a real man is. And a lot of women don't feel like a real man is a blue collar man. A lot of women feel like, you know, they need to be taken care of, and the black man isn't. And on the same side, a lot of black men don't want to have that demanding rah all the time that, you know, they were raised up in the house with. I made a rule in my house that, you know, if you had a white girlfriend, you know, just don't bring her around your mama. But that's my house. That's my house. I can't speak on everybody else's house. That's my house.
It's something that used to be said, if don't bring her home if she don't use the same comb.
Yeah. And I still have that same rule in my house because I feel like there's so many intelligent black queens that you can pick and choose from before you cross over. So if you hadn't tried that yet, if your first girlfriend it is of another culture, no, take her back and try again, you know.
Yeah. And to Jamal's point, we do know how the system was put into place. A lot of black women couldn't receive help from the government if there was a man in the house. So a lot of women took that, and after decade, it evolved from needing help from the government to not having a man in the house to where I'm independent. I don't need no man, even though you're still living in, you're getting government assistance. I do feel like we do have to get back to the basis of what our great grandparents had, where they found beauty in the struggle of the black man, where they found beauty in the strength of a black man because they knew that the black man would protect them. Now, a lot of our black men don't. A lot of our black men feel like it'll be less of a headache to date someone outside of their race. I remember a comedian saying that she was at the 100 men, what is it, the 100 black men? And
black men.
Most of their wives were white.
Okay. You know, and that says it all. And then I think that social media has, you know, this online dating, it has terribly ruined the game, you know, because nobody's honest, you know, on any of these dating sites. I mean, from Facebook dating to black people meet to
Christian mingle.
Yeah, Christian mingle. You know, nobody is honest, and I feel like if you can't be honest about your name, everything else is a lie. You know, and you know, women have to protect themselves, so you can't. You know, you shouldn't be bringing home these men that you meet on, you know, on these sites. You know, you have to be a little bit more leery and, you know, start things off slow and things like that. And to your point, Charlie, I do date, you know, just regular guys, you know, truck drivers, you know. I mean, I date them because don't you know that those guys make about $200,000 a year, and I thank them. Now I'm, you know,
they got that cash, they got that bag. That's what the coaches say. The coaches say, "That's the bag."
You and I both know that to a degree. I'm just telling you that I've been around, not the world's smartest guy, but I got a little bit intelligent, and I've taken surveys and watched people and watched women. In my take on it, that's where a lot of the good men's at. They leave them on the table because of that, and they don't know about them making that kind of money. at the same time, the population, for instance, on black people in 2010 was 13%. The latest census, 13.6. I'm saying we hadn't moved from around 13 in the last 30 years. Julius, you know, when you was the police, that was the black people population. And I'm saying, and the reason why we not growing, because they marrying white women, Chinese, the Mexican. I heard what you say, Sonia, Sandra. I heard exactly what you say. You said they don't want him to speak to you. So how can you produce black babies where you live at in Houston, in that area, when they dating the other race? That's all I was saying. I thought it was a spirited type conversation. I love this show, but I'm no yes man, and I can't agree when something, that's my opinion. I don't want you to necessarily agree with me. I wanted Tiffany's opinion because Julia did ask the women. And if anyone he know they might have dated him because he was a policeman. But if I was a sanitation engineer, which was a trash man, I wouldn't get that many dates from women.
You sure went, Uncle Charlie. I ain't gonna lie. No one is gonna date you, bro. Unless they caught you, after work when you were clean.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the rabble. We're an unruly group of people. That's what the rabble is, an unruly group of people. That's what an unruly group. And I'm gonna say what I feel. Go ahead.
I also feel like a lot of black men, and I'm repeating myself, but they don't want to deal with the black woman because they feel like we are too mouthy or too demanding.
Aggressive.
I grew up with that in my house. I'm speaking for my boys. I heard my mama. I lived with my mama for 18 years. There's no way that I'm going to marry. And if I do marry a black woman, she is going to be the submissive black woman. She's not going to be the black woman that's more submissive. I'll say submissive because that's not me, love. That ain't me. That's not you. That's not my you saying what you talking about. Not you. Because me, honey.
But Tiffany, that's only a small percentage of people. You're only talking probably five, probably less than 10% of the race marrying outside the race. I would say it's probably less than 10%. But I know he was about to tell you something that I said earlier because we was on immigration. And immigration was what we talked about the week before. And we were talking about the 13%, what Charlie's talking about. And you're absolutely correct. We're still at 13%, and they went all the way from 8% or 7% or something like that to 18%. So they outnumber us now. And I said, and don't care who don't like it, I said, because this is my opinion on the rabble, that I am with Donald Trump on the wall, because everybody can come over here, but we can't go nowhere. So That was the only issue in the world that I ever agreed with Donald Trump. Other than that, I think he's a damn idiot, a bumbling idiot.
And to that point, Julius, I do not believe that if you come into this country illegally, that you should be able to have a baby, and from your illegal spoils, your baby should make things legal.
As a citizen, the baby is a citizen.
I don't feel like that is right. I feel like when they find you to be illegal, I think that anything that you did while you were here, ICE needs to put everything out, because why should you be able to come over here, and then you have a baby, and then you get to stay. No, you should have, they should deport you and then say, well, do you want your child to go into foster care, or do you want it to go over there to wherever you came from?
Well, that makes a good point for you for rewriting the Constitution. Like you said week before last, should the Constitution be rewritten?
Yeah.
And to even back your statement up just now, if I rob a bank and then they catch me 20 years later and I done built all these companies with it, with the money that I robbed, the $1 million out of the bank, what you think they're gonna do?
They're gonna take
my companies
everything.
also.
Yeah, they taking all your spoils.
Yeah. So you're right in a way that should be addressed and it should be looked at. Oh Lord, we over our time. Go. The other show is on. We'll talk next week. We'll get together. We 2 minutes over. My bad.
Good night, Tiffany.
Started.
Good night, Tiffany. Good night, Sandra McKee.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Good night, family.
Good
Love
night.
y'all.
Right on, sister.
I like that.